Hi Stampers, I'm Nancy Novak from StampinShout.com, and it's Tuesday, so it's my Facebook Live day. I am here every Tuesday at 4 o'clock to share with you whatever I've been working on. I also post this on YouTube, so whether you're watching live or on the replay, go ahead and type in hi so I know you were here, and leave your comments and questions. And go ahead and share my video. I always love when you share my video. Very much appreciated. So let's see. Today I'm working on wreaths. Well, this whole week actually I'm using the Arrange-a-Wreath stamp set. It's a bundle, has dies that coordinate with it. So what I've been trying to do is, for the whole week, I'm usually pick a stamp set and work on it all week and post things on my Facebook page and post things on my blog for you to see and get lots of ideas and inspiration. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, every Thursday I send out something. I send out a newsletter, and in there I have a free PDF. So this week I'll have a free PDF on another Arrange-a-Wreath card. So if you're not a subscriber, you can go to my blog, www.stampinshout.com, and there's a little sign up there. You just put in your email, and then you'll get my newsletter. So you'll get a free PDF with that too. But anyway, let me show you what I'm working on today, and I gotta admit I'm a little bit addicted, so let me turn the camera around. So yeah, I've been going crazy with this wreath builder stamp set. Here is that stamp set. So it's so cool. It's great for all occasions, even no occasion, just to send something out, you know. It's just a lot of fun. But any season you can just change up the colors and just create away, you know, just go at it. And let me show you the dies. So it has 21 different dies in here. It cuts out 2 different kinds of wreaths and all the little accessories, flowers and leaves and the bird and pears and hearts and a bow. So it's really versatile. So if there's anyone new here and you're not sure, you know, about Stampin' Up, again, just let me know. I have a lot of stuff already done, but I am going to show you how I got to this point, you know. So just stay with me during the video and stay to the end, because I have some other wreaths that I've been making that I want to share with you. So we're going to make 2 today. This is one, well, this isn't one of them, but this is one that I showed you. So it's a Thanksgiving wreath, and it's a magnet. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Quite simple. So let me clear this away. And I did post a Christmas magnet, and I'm going to show you. I have all the pieces ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to put it together. So what I did was, I'm using the lid to a canning jar. That's my base. And you know, my husband said, well, why don't you just cut a circle? It's just, I tried it, it's just not the same. This has a good weight, it's not too heavy, it's perfect for a magnet, and it gives it more of a substance. And if you want to use the gold or the silver, you know, to shine through, it's kind of pretty. Most of it is covered up, but anyways, that's my base, a masonry lid jar lid. So this one here I'm going to use for the next one that I show you. So what I have for each wreath is, I cut out the leaf in one color, and then I cut out 2 of the sprigs, and then I have different accessories just depending on what wreath I'm doing. Let me bring in a stamp, and we'll stamp a sign for our, I already have one done, but I want to show you. So let me bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White. And I have the stamp. This is the stamp I have right here. And I'm going to stamp it in crumb cake. It's so funny how I lose things. They're right here on my desk and I still lose them. So I'm going to ink that up in crumb cake and just stamp that image. And then I'm going to bring in my Merry Christmas stamp in real red and stamp that on a scrap right there. Okay. Close up my stamp pads, and then I'm just going to fussy cut out this little sign. And I'm not cutting right on the inked area. I'm giving it just a teeny tiny border. If you try to cut right on something, it just doesn't work. You're trying to make it perfect, and it just doesn't look as good. So if you leave a little bit of an edge on there, it just seems to work out better. So now I'm going to take our Merry Christmas that we stamped, and I'm going to fussy cut that. And I'm just going to jig-jag all the way around it. I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be square. I just want it to be fun. Again, it's not going to be perfect. And I love to do this with sentiments. I think it's easy, Again, if you try to make it perfect, sometimes it's more frustrating, So I'm just jig-jagging here along the bottom. And I'm going to bring in some mini dimensions, and I'm going to pop that up on that sign. And just going to put it right in the middle there. Okay. So now, just going to put together the wreath, and the way I did that was with glue dots and some dimensions, but I started off with glue dots. So I'm going to put 4 glue dots right on my little masonry jar lid. And I'm going to lay down this red one. Now I'm going to show you how to cut this out when I make the next one. So like I said, if there's somebody new here and you haven't seen how to use the Big Shot, I'm going to show you how to do that. Generally this would be all together, and mine broke, but it's not going to matter. For what we're doing here, it doesn't matter. So don't worry about if that happens, but stick around because I am going to show you how I get this out of the die cut. So that's that. Now for this one, I'm going to put on mini dimensions. So if you look around here, there are a few spots that are a little bit larger that you can stick a dimension. And again, it might show, but it's really not going to because we're putting so many layers on here. So I'm putting 4 dimensions on here. I am just addicted to making these, you guys. Luckily, there's a lot of canning stuff out there, so. I'm just kind of jig-jagging this. I don't want it to be exactly on top of the prior one. I want it to be able to show through. And then I've got this little piece here that is, I believe that's shaded spruce. And again, I'm going to use the mini dots. And if you look at, there is a back and a front. So I'm putting mini dimensions on the back. And if you look at this, there are a few leaves that are just a little bit fatter. So, I mean, you can put them on any leaf you want, but I am picking the fatter leaves that are kind of near the circle, not the ones that are fluttering out. So I'm just trying to find the fatter ones, and I'm just putting 4 on. And those leaves are just perfect to hide that dimension. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in and lay this on top of that pretty gold spriggy wreath. And you do want to pop them up because it makes a difference. It really looks nice, otherwise it just looks too flat, in my opinion, but of course you can do whatever you like. Okay, so see, that's pretty with that gold, just like that. You don't really even have to put a sentiment on it if you don't want to, but I want to. So then I cut out 2 of the larger flowers, And I did that in the gold foil. So let me show you here. So here in the die set, there's this larger flower. Can you see it? That right there. So that's what I used. But you're going to see if you stay to the end, you know, do this in any color because it, you know, I'm using it as a Christmas one, or maybe it looks like a poinsettia, but depending on the color you use, it's just gonna look like whatever you want it to look like. So I'm gonna put dimensions on the back of my sign, and I'm doing double. So I'm gonna put one set of dimensions on, and then I'm gonna put another set right on top of that, so it lifts this up a little bit higher. And I don't think there's any which way that it looks better, but I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the center. Then I made a little bow earlier. Actually it's about a triple bow out of the gold cording that's in the new mini catalog. So I will have the items that I use listed on my blog tomorrow, www.stampinshout.com. Actually, I'll probably have it later on tonight. So you can go back and I'll have all my wreaths there and the colors that I used in case you want to copy them. Of course, just go ahead and go crazy and like I did and make your own in whatever color you like. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and put my flowers on now. So just wherever you think it looks good. And I think I gotta go find my rhinestones. I think I'm gonna put a rhinestone. That is so pretty. Hang on a second. I'm gonna put a big old rhinestone here in the middle just to... No, I'm not gonna. Don't like it. It's not quite big enough, so I'll have to look through my stash of stuff if I want to lay something there. So then what I did was my magnet for the back. This is a real thin piece of magnet. It's actually a vent magnet. You can get them at Home Depot. They come in great big sheets of, you know, like 15 by 10 or something like that. And I just punched out a circle. So I think this is like 1 or 1.5 inches. And then I put a dimension on the back of my magnet. And I just put it right there on the back, and there you go. So this one's kind of shimmery. I hope you can see it. But the weight of the lid and that magnet, and it stays on my refrigerator. So isn't that pretty? Love it. I love it. What do you think? Okay, so stick around. I've got one here I'm going to show you. And we're going to make another one just because. So this one is a Let It Snow wreath. So let me bring in the pieces for that. And so here I've got my lid. This one is actually silver. And if you look, there's a little bit of writing on these. Now I had some old ones in my basement that I used earlier and didn't have any writing on it. But this is so fine you hardly see it. You know, the sprigs cover it up. So, well, the one we're going to make here, I actually covered the whole thing up with white. But, you know, with something like this, you won't even notice it. So, just wanted to mention that. So let's see here. I am using Seaside Spray and Whisper White. And the Let It Snow stamp is from the snowman season. It's the Let It Snow right there. Okay, so the first thing is my little circle. So I just cut a circle out using my circle thinlits, or you could trace it and free cut it, and I just made it the same size. And I actually put that on with the dimension just because it sticks really well to the that metal lid. Oop, you know what I should have done? Oh well, I'll have to do it after. I was supposed to stamp on here. Let's see if I can do it. I got those dimensions under there. So anyways, I wanted to stamp Let It Snow. We'll see how I do. So I'm using Seaside Spray. ink, and we'll see if I can stamp it here in the middle. Not bad. I'm going to fix that. I'll show you how. Hang on. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. There's a little bit that didn't get inked up as well because I had that little dimension. So I'm just going to bring in my little blender pen and just dab a little bit here. And I don't draw if I make a mistake like I want. Let me show you what I'm doing. See? Just didn't stamp like I'd like it to be, like a full stamp. Now if I wouldn't have adhered it, I would have turned this piece of paper over. So I just dotted it a little bit and it's fine. Now it's okay. It just filled it in. But don't draw it, just do little dots. Okay, so now for this wreath, I am going to bring in my Big Shot because I'm going to use this Seaside Spray in the leaf. I'm going to use the Whisper White, but I'm also going to do a Seaside Spray with the little sprig. And just in case there's some new people here, I want to show you, and plus I want to show you guys how I break it away. How I break it away. So, let me find it here. So I got my little die, and I'm bringing in my Big Shot. I've made so many of them, it's so quick and easy to release it the way I'm doing it. Now watch, this one won't work when just because I said that. So I'm running it through the Big Shot, and I'm going to run it back and forth a couple times. So are you all excited about the new die cutting machine? I am very excited about that. Even though my old Big Shot still works fine and dandy. So anyways, okay, so here we go. So I'm going to leave that die on there and just break away that centerpiece. And again, I'm going to leave the die on and just, it's such a delicate little piece of cardstock once it's cut. That's why I'm using that die to help give me that support that I need. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my little paper snips. Now I do have my die brush that can release it, and it works great, but I just was making so many of these so fast, and I just started at the top and just poked these holes. But that's not the whole gist of it. It's not going to just come out because I'm doing this. So hang on a second. Just let me work myself all the way around this little wreath. So again, make sure you visit my blog. I'll have all the information on my projects, my Arrange-a-Wreath projects. So once you get a little bit of a release at one spot, right here, I'm going to have to close my window. The guys are working on I think they're putting in some big old new sewers or something like that. Okay, so now I've got it released in one spot. And all I'm going to do is continue with my finger here and help it out gently, and it comes out so simple. See? Easy. I know sometimes you get frustrated when you have these delicate dies, you know, but that was easy. So now that I threw everything off to the side, I have to find it again. There we go. Just want to make sure I have all my pieces. I like when I make the wreaths to have the leaf on top, because then if you add flowers or whatever you're going to add, I think it makes it pop a little bit better. So I'm going to put 4 glue dots. I'm just going to put one at the top, you know, just one at the bottom, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Just sticking them on there. Right at the edge. Okay, 4 glue dots. And then I'm taking the darker of the sprigs, which in this case is a Seaside Spray, and I'm just laying that down. And then this white one, even though it's broken, it's not going to matter. I'm going to put on the mini dimensions. I'm just going to put 4 of those on. And the white on white really hides those dimensions. Kind of stuck here. I remember when we got, I don't know if it was this refrigerator or our last refrigerator, I couldn't stick magnets on the front. It had like a texture to it. And I'm like, oh, I was so upset because I'm going to put this little break up at the top where the bow's going to go. But I was so upset because I've got tons of little magnets all over my refrigerator, and I change them up for the seasons. And but I have them now on the side, so everything's good. Again, let's bring in the mini dimensions, and we're going to find the fatter leaf. And just put one here and there. So again, if you know someone who's crafty, go ahead and share my video with them. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get as many followers as I can. I do a lot of work, and I really enjoy when someone's watching and commenting, and I'm hoping that I'm inspiring you guys too, so go ahead and share. Alright. Then I got a little bow that I'm going to put on here. I tied it earlier. And I believe this is some old ribbon, but I was making these wreaths and I wanted to match the way I wanted it to, so I'm trying to look for my glue dots again. Okay, so now my little snowflakes. Let me tell you about my little snowflakes. I cut these out, aren't these pretty, in silver foil, and these die cuts are from the trio of tags. So this is the little tag set. It cuts out 3 tags. It has got pumpkins, snowflakes, and hearts. So I use the snowflakes, and stick around. I'll show you something else later on with those pumpkins. Like I said, I've been going crazy making these wreaths, these magnets. So now I'm just going to I'm just putting a glue dot on the back of each little snowflake. Okay. Oops. I think we'll save this one. And then I got to put a glue dot on the back of my bow, right there behind the knot, and stick that at the top of the wreath. Then I need to bring in a little magnet. And a dimension. Put that on the back. There you go. Oh, this one's a different blue, but oh, I'm not sure which one I like better. Pretty. Doesn't matter, does it? Isn't it gorgeous? I love these. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, so let me show you a few more. There's our Thanksgiving wreath. So that's the pumpkin pie and the blackberry bliss and the new bumblebee. And again, there's our Christmas wreath. And let's see what else. Ooh, I'm going to shorten the ribbon on this. My little Halloween one. So this one is pumpkin pie and the basic black and Highland heather. And then I used the alphabet dies to make boo, to make the letters boo. And on this one I actually stamped a sign in black And then I stamped a sign in pumpkin pie, and I cut the pumpkin pie one just a little bit smaller so you could see a little bit of the black. I don't know, I was fussing, ladies. And then I popped it up on dimensions, and I like it. Pretty. Oh, this one is the one with the pumpkins, and that's from the trio of tags. See the pumpkins? Then I had to make a summer one. So here is a summer wreath. So this is the new magenta and the new just jade and the spruce. What's it called? Anyways, you know what it is. And then I did the love, and then there were holes there, so behind the love I put a piece of the magenta madness, and I have a pretty summer wreath. So what do you think? Aren't they cute? I just love them, and they're so easy and inexpensive to make, and I think they're fun. I like doing something different besides cards. But I do have to tell you, tomorrow I have a great card that I made with this set, and I want to show you now, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna be diligent. I'm not going to show you, but I'll tell you, it's a baby card. I'll give you that much. It's a baby card. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. And then again, on Thursday, I have my newsletter going out with the free PDF, so I'll have another card in my newsletter. And that's it. So again, I hope you share my video, and if you have a shopping list, go ahead and shop with me. I appreciate it. www.stampandshout.com. And make sure you visit my blog, because every day I'm going to have a new card this week with Arrange-a-Wreath. So don't be shy. Stamp and Shout.